Welcome to the Crawford Lorenzo Home Selling Team Seller Seminar number 5, How to Prepare Your Home for Sale. I'm Michelle Marie Adams, real estate agent for Keller Williams Metropolitan Crawford Lorenzo Home Selling Team. And today I have my lovely colleague, Diana Peck. She is our sales associate, she's our listing associate, and she is a home staging expert. So who better to ask how to get your home ready to sell and get top dollar in this crazy market than this girl?
Thank you, Michelle. It's an honor to work with you. You know that. We're here to have some information, very important, regarding how to prepare your home for sale. As Michelle said, this is one of our seminars, that number 6, correct?
5 or 6.
5 or 6 seminars. And this is, I think, key on our seminars, because preparing your home for sale is the basic start for the whole process. So we want to make sure that you are ready and that your home looks exactly like it should look for the public to see it.
Yeah, and also this is something that Diana and I, we work very closely doing this for almost every home that the Crawford Lorenzo Home Selling Team sells or puts on the market. We always kind of put our touch on it. She has a touch on every single home. I'll help her with some of the more complex, larger houses. But today we're going to go over, again, preparing your home for sale, what you need to fix, what you need to replace, what you need to clean, or maybe what you just need to leave as is. So we have a diagram here. This is just kind of showing you the basic 6 prongs of how to prepare your home for sale. So we're going to go into detail of each one. So the first one, decluttering. Right.
Decluttering. Majority of people needs at least a little of decluttering the house. Remember, when people go to your house, they try to, what you want to try to do is try to make the people feel comfortable, to feel like they could live in that place. They can picture themselves living there. So decluttering helps you to look the house more spacious, more neutral, more appealing to people. So it's very, very important. I like to choose a method that is called the 3-box method. Okay. In that one, we divide 3 spaces, 1 for trash, 1 for giveaway or to donate, and 1 to keep. So that way, if you organize your space and your objects in different places. Okay.
And when you're talking about like keeping, right? One thing that I always like to suggest for my sellers is that if you're going to keep it and you're going to move it anyway, and it just doesn't really look like it belongs right now in the current house you're trying to sell, just get a storage unit, get a pod, and just get it out of the house. I mean, you're going to move anyway. So, what's a couple extra month or 2 with paying for a storage unit when it just clears up your house and makes it look that much fresher?
Yeah. A lot of people also ask us, can we put stuff in the garage? Can we put it in the basement? Yes, it's absolutely fine. Actually, garage is one of the ideal places that you can storage things. I always tell our clients, do it in an organized manner anyway. Look for like nice boxes or clear, storage boxes. Yeah, that people know that you're moving and they see the stuff there, but it's not, at least it looks appealing to them. So garage is perfectly fine, for people to storage stuff.
Yeah, it's better to have it in the garage than it is to have it on the countertops.
Yeah. We always also recommend to remove the excess of furniture. A lot of people, it looks, most of the time it looks nice, the furniture, when you have a variety of furniture and all that. But when people come to your house, you want to try to look spacious. You want to try to look, again, as most neutral as possible. So excessive furniture is good to kind of like, I always will point out why you don't put this table, remove this table here. List out, if you have like 4 couches, just remove 2. If you have like, a lot of people have excess of chairs in their dining room. So I always tell them, instead of like having 8 chairs, let's put 6. And most of the time it looks nicer. Like Michelle said, you have to, pack away your items that you're not using, that you're going to keep, that you're not going to use. So pack it away. The pot is here. Very important I always ask our clients to I mean, you don't have to get rid of all the clothing in your closets, but I always say, organize it and thin it up, thin it a little bit so that people can look the space and it looks organized and it looks much nicer. Drawers, cabinets, and all that stuff. Another important part in decluttering is the surfaces. We all do that. We all have our kitchen, and I have our 10
our dining room table with all of our mail and our bills and our stuff.
And then you have you have your all your like juice cans, all the stuff that you use for the kitchen. You have it on top of the counters. We always tell her, leave the coffee maker.
We know you don't use your blender every day.
Your blender, exactly, or the toaster. Many people leave it in there. So we always tend to like declutter all that stuff and put a nice touch in there. So that's very important.
Yeah, and so kind of going back to the 3-box method too, a suggestion. And I know Pete or Lorenzo, he does this for his clients. He does quadrants in the room. So literally, he puts like tape down on the floor and has a pile that you keep, a pile that you're going to throw away, and then a pile that you're going to donate to charity, your friends, or your family.
Correct.
And so you can kind of visually see what you're going to be tossing and what you're going to be keeping. So that's just a suggestion.
And it's fun.
It is fun.
It is fun. And like when you have it, and then you see it, it's fun to do. It's not that hard.
Just don't look back at that discard pile. Just walk away.
Please.
So the next one is going to be, and now we've decluttered. Okay, everything looks amazing. So now cleaning.
Yeah.
We all love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So what do we need to clean?
It's nice when you hire someone, the person does it.
That's the bottom line. If you don't have the time or you don't want to deal with it, just hire a company to do a deep clean of your house.
Yep.
It'll take depending on the square footage of your home, anywhere between 3 and 6 hours. But they're going to deep clean everything, and they're going to go over everything.
You're going to love it. I've done it many times, and I love it. It looks really neat.
But if you don't hire someone, what should they clean?
Well, no, even if you don't hire someone, I mean, I think you have to wipe your fixtures. You definitely have to wipe your surfaces, make sure they're look clean. Curtains are very important. Sometimes we don't change the curtains in our bathrooms frequently enough. So that's nice to have like nice, clean, pretty curtains. Carpets is another big one. With walking and stains and all that, you can get a professional. We always have in our team, in our VIP vendor list, we always have people to recommend for you guys. But
and that is another thing that in the description below, there's a link to our VIP list where you can sign up and get access as well. Just plug for that.
Correct. But cleans, sometimes, I mean, we have clients that we have even recommended to replace the rugs, because if it gets to a point that it's too dirty or it looks too stained, it's not appealing at all for a person that comes and see your house and they're like, oh, there's the impressions.
And then there is a matter of, hate to say it, but smell, right? Carpets retain a lot of
especially if you have pets and everything, so that's a big one. Again, the cabinets inside out, you should clean it. Bedding, sometimes we recommend, depends. Like I said, we always assess when we go to the house what to do and what is, most important. Bedding, sometimes it takes a big part of it, especially for photography and everything, that, you have a nice, fresh, clean bedding.
Yeah, and we'll get into this in staging when we go over that, but we actually have a warehouse of items that we'll bring in to supplement. Sometimes, and again, she'll go over it when we talk about staging, but we have
I will.
We can bring. You will. You will. So now we're cleaning inside of the house. What do we need to do outside?
Oh, cleaning.
Just as important, right?
Yes. Oh, very much so. I mean, you got to understand that the first impression when a person steps into your house, the curb appeal, and the first 10 seconds, it's very crucial for the impression that a person gets about your house. So cleaning the exterior, we always recommend, to have a nice curb appeal with cutting all the weeds, cutting the grass, pressure cleaning the siding and the pavers and the walk-in definitely is very important. Sometimes we even suggest our clients to shampoo the roof. Some roofs are not necessary that they're too old. It's just that they get stained depending on some.
Sometimes you get moss.
Yeah, sometimes you have 3 trees that are close by. You can get that stuff in your stocking, and it makes it makes a big difference when you shampoo it off. The decks are very important. You can pressure clean it and sometimes paint it if it's needed. Depends on how big it is and how bad it is. The gutters are important too. The gutters are clean the leaves from the gutters and pressure clean them. All that part is definitely a must. Like as important as inside, the exterior is important too.
I agree, because if the exterior doesn't look welcoming, they might not even walk through the door.
Correct.
So you definitely want to get them in the door. So talking about, just when buyers are coming to your home, they're looking at everything. They're going to buy this house, or they're thinking about buying this house. And so they're going to pick out every little teeny tiny detail, or a little scratch of paint, or a little missing knob, or here and there. So we have repairing and maintenance, which is actually also very important.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I usually suggest getting a pre-listing home inspection, especially if you're on private utilities like septic, well, oil, because you want to catch these problems before your buyers come in with their inspector and then ask for a credit. Or
before they become a big problem.
Yeah, before they become a big problem. So that's what I always recommend, and I know Deanna does as well, and our entire team does. Yeah. Totally up to you as a seller, but I always feel like better to know what the problem is and fix it before somebody else discovers the problem, and then they want you to just give them a credit for it.
Correct. So we always recommend our clients, like Michelle said, if there's some little details or minor details that you can avoid putting the person an eye on. Let's say we went yesterday, a couple days, to a home, and it had in the shower a little mold on the top. So we say, we have to attack that. You have to clean that and make sure that because that will get the eye of the people when they come to see the house.
Surface mold.
Oh yeah, surface mold. Oh no, well no, that's something that we can.
We can't.
But with the steam and the water, that's something that's very common in the bathrooms.
All the time.
So and you put like caulking. We always suggest if there's holes in the walls, repair that.
If you're missing a tile in the bathroom,
correct.
Try to find that same tile. I just had a listing where I actually painted the mailbox post.
Yep. I remember in black, and it looked pretty good.
It looked amazing. Yeah. But I had asked the seller to do it, and they just thought, we don't need it. And I'm like, no, you need it. So I went to the store and I went and I did it myself.
Another touch that people sometimes suggest is the painting the front door. New Jersey is known by the colorful doors, like front doors. So it always, you go around and you see red doors, green doors, yellow doors. I think they look so cute. And they're very attractive. Yes, very welcoming.
You put that with a nice little welcome mat, a little sign, some flowers. Yeah.
And another important one in here that we have in our list is the maintenance of our air conditioning and our furnace. That's very, very important. Change the filters and all that. Again, you want to avoid bigger problems when you go to do your inspections.
And that is actually in general, just a very good rule of thumb. You want to change your filters with every season.
Correct.
So that's four times a year.
Not 1 or 2.
Not 1 or 2. Not every 4 years. Every season. So 4 times a year.
Yeah. And
so now we've got, let's see, we decluttered, we cleaned, we fixed all the little things. Now it becomes the fun part, right? So about a week before you list, Deanna, myself, and the team, whoever your listing agent is, will come to your house and we stage it. So I'm going to let you talk about that.
Well, there's different types of staging. We have and we can do it all for you, or we can help you finding the right person. Okay, staging, important. We want the people when they come to your house, like I said, to look attractive and to see that the house is in harmony. I will have to say that. So that's what I look when I go to the house. Like it's the harmony in the furniture, in the little details, little plants, little green, little yellowish here.
That everything kind of flows.
That flows. That you walk and you flow and you feel comfortable. So we help you doing that. Most of the time, we help our clients to do stuff with their own things that they have. Like again, like how to position the furniture, how to remove excessive furniture, how to bring like little items that will add some color and some happiness to the houses, etc. So we can add like small elements, or we can add big elements. Depends on. We do work with companies that can stage, let's say, a living room, dining room if you don't have it,
or the whole
bedroom,
house.
Or the whole house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And depending on, the price point of your home, fully staging a house, that's priced in the high prices.
And it's worth it. Most of the time it's worth it. Yeah. Yes. Most of the time it's worth it, because when you get into a house that, let's say, is vacant or the furniture is dated, you're not going to get the same impact or the same willingness of people to try to put an offer for asking or above asking price. So then you depending on the price point, like Michelle says, we can suggest, hey, with what you have here, maybe you can, stage entire house, or stage entire house, or stage, let's say, the main part of the house. Some houses have, for example, like a great room that is beautiful, that has, these high ceilings and skylights and all that stuff, but it's just the furniture is not right. It doesn't make it that appealing. So we can suggest, hey, and for us to bring all the furniture, it's like we don't have that, but we can hire.
We have light staging.
We have light staging, correct? But so that's why that I will say it's worth it to bring it, because we also, I think, I don't know if it's coming up. We also do virtual staging. Okay, so that's another option that we offer, and that's also fun.
Oh, we love
because we do the staging but online, so it's we can play with the chairs, with the with the beds, with the colors, with the flowers, with the paint. So it's also very fun. But
so let me ask you this: if, let's just say that the budget was a concern. And it's a big house. Let's say it's 4 bedrooms, formal living room, dining room, kitchen, big backyard. Like, what would be the 3 rooms that you would say are essential to stage?
Well,
physically stage.
So if he has like a formal living room, I will do that. I will do, or a family room, depending on the flow of the house. If he has separate parts, for example, a house that has like a nice fireplace, and walk out to the deck, and that they use that as their family room, and they also have a formal room, I will go first through the family room, because it's where the family spends most of the time. The cozier. Primary bedroom is another very important. So those 2 for sure, and the third one depends again on the flow of because sometimes they have nice walkout basement. Then I will and walkout basements, and they're very popular. People spend a lot of time there, or even with or without kids. They, it's a room that it has a lot of use. So if I have to choose 3, those I will definitely.
Those are the 3?
Those are the 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then in addition to staging the inside, we kind of touched on it. We were talking about, cleaning and cutting the grass and the shrubs and everything. But again, what is it, 10 seconds? To have like that first impact?
The first impact, 10 seconds in your mind. That's how long it takes.
So it's literally
that's the most important.
Up, looking at the house. That's it.
That's why we always tell our clients the curb appeal. Make it when you see, because if you see a house that is already the grass is all bad and the walkway is dirty, that's a bad start. That's a bad start. So,
but always adding, again, flowers. Flowers, mulch, hanging baskets of flowers. I always like to put like the nice welcome mat with maybe some lanterns.
We had a home that they have this huge bench. They had it like this in the back, like to the side. And I told him, well, you don't clean it, and we put it like in front of the house, and it looked beautiful. We put a plant next to it, and it looked so cozy, so nice. So we will walk around, and we will decide how to help you. Oh, she's so popular. It's like I'm surprised you don't have like 10 calls by now.
So Diana's going to go through some pictures of some staging that we've done.
Okay.
All right. And just kind of give you some suggestions on what, what looks good, what she did. Okay. So the first one, beautiful fireplace.
Yeah, that house, I remember I was in Mendham, and yes, we did light staging because that house had beautiful furniture, and I love it. We had like neutral colors, and the furniture was not too much, and it was also, so we added some pillows, as you can tell, in the sofas. We added some pillows that had some color, and we had some green, and then back in the bookshelves, they were like beautiful, but they really had nothing.
You
Just a couple of books.
them,
So
right?
yeah, they had some books and some old stuff. So we just put like little accents, and again add a little bit of color in it. And I use that triangle method. So, but I'm not going to tell you what do I do, because then you go and do it, right?
And I noticed that the fireplace is on.
Yep.
That's on virtually, right?
That's virtually, yeah. So our photographer added for purposes, beautiful purposes.
Coziness.
Yeah. Oh, we add these up to the middle. Yeah. That was a beautiful home.
Yeah, I like this. The house was gorgeous with the staging too.
That's correct.
So this one, we didn't do a whole lot. We just kind of helped them rearrange the furniture.
Correct. This was one of the occasions that I thought they had too much going on, too many furniture, and that was their formal living room, and beautiful. I did love the blue color in there with the white and all that, and the lamp was amazing, but they just had too much going on. So we just decluttered a little bit, moved some of the furniture they had out, and kept it like simple and nice and elegant. It was a very elegant home.
It was a beautiful home.
Yeah, that was in Chatham, I think.
I love their bathroom. Okay, so this kitchen.
Even me, I would love to cook in there.
But talking about like decluttering, like this kitchen had just counter to countertop, just everything was covered.
Correct. They had so many stuff in there because the person that owned it cooked. So she had this big thing where you make cakes and all of that. I said, oh, that was heavy. So I said, we have to move all that stuff, and then just made it again simple, elegant, nice, everything. We did.
Touch of color.
Yeah, we did add some. Like I do add that the
lemons.
The lemons a lot. They look really pretty in photos. Look, you can tell in there. So I just add that, and some green in the back, and they had like a wet bar there. So I added little things, but it's perfect.
Yeah, and I know we're not on photography yet, but also just take a look at the window over the sink. Look at how it picks up the outside. You can actually see the bark on the trees. It just shows you what the outside looks like as well. So it's gorgeous.
And I will have to attribute that to our great photographer and our. We just do gold photography, and when we do gold photography, that's why you don't see any shadows, and then you can see the clearness through the windows. Sometimes when we go to houses, that's the first thing, and I don't think I mentioned this. Clean the windows.
Oh, it's very important. Oh my god.
When was that one? Oops.
Yeah.
Clean the windows is very important because we do take very good photography, and it's professional, and they take several shots per shot, so you will be able to see beyond. Most of the pictures that you see from in other houses for sale, you just see blurry in the outside. And so, but we don't. So it's important to clean your windows too.
So this last house, this was a complete, fully staged home.
That is correct. I'm trying to think. Yes, that was a professionally staged, and you see how they did the same. They added some of the green, the plants, and some how do you say, the frames, the pictures.
The pictures.
Yeah, they add some pictures and some furniture and all that. But again, it keeps it like elegant and nice and neutral. So it was that was a beautiful work.
Quick funny story about that home. He bought it last year in October.
Oh yes, correct.
He got a job transfer, never even moved in. Staged the house and got like $400,000 more than what he purchased it for.
Correct, because the house was vacant.
It was because it was staged. Yep. That's why he got $400,000.
Probably, yeah, you're right.
And staging can average anywhere between $3,000 and $10,000 a month, depending on how, like full staging, depending on what you want to do. But I think for him, it was worth it.
They did all the main floor because this is a big home. So they had a family room, they had a dining room, they had a formal dining and living room. And they added a eating kitchen, so they had the table, and upstairs just the master bedroom, the primary. They didn't do any of the other bedrooms. So
but I think that right there is like our case study, like stage your house.
Totally.
So we touched on the photography. So we're going to talk a little bit more about it, but I want everyone to understand that photography. Like, so when you start a home search, This is a statistic that's real. I checked it up.
Like the 10 seconds.
Yes, like the 10 seconds, which is true. 98% of all home searches start online.
Correct.
Okay. So you need your photography to be amazing. So if you're looking for an agent and you ask them about the photography and they say, oh, I just take it with my phone.
No.
Run.
Run.
No, that means they don't have a photographer that they trust. They don't have a photographer that they work with. They have no idea who they're going to be hiring if they just randomly call somebody out of the blue. We have been working with the same photographer for 5-6 years now.
Is something at least.
And he is almost solely our photographer.
Correct.
We keep him busy.
I will keep him busy.
And we want to keep him. So
and I make him do what I want.
But,
no, it's true. It's very important, the angles and the lighting and the day. You know, most of photographers don't mind if there's a cloudy day, because now with digital photography, you can, put the sun outside, like enhance the clouds, put like a sunny blue sky day. But no rain. And if we're going to do drones, because we do a lot of our listings, we do drones depending on the property and on the size of the property and what we have to offer, that definitely needs to be a sunny day. That's because the drone camera doesn't control as much as the one inside the house. But it's definitely very important to hire a professional photographer that really works with real estate, especially because of the angles that how do you take it, and how do you see things. I mean, Chris for us is amazing.
He's great.
He's out of this world. Yep. He has that eye. Sometimes he takes his photo and then he's like, this angle I don't like. Let's work on these. Let's work, depending on the furniture and all that stuff.
Yeah. So all the photos that we did just look at, he took those. So we're going to take a look at some outside photography now. So so this is our.
That was a beautiful day. We did videos and drones. We had a blast doing that. Yeah.
And this house, we're just showing this one angle because it was just such a stunning home. But those aerial pictures, that's impactful. Like, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to want to go see that house.
Correct.
So that
you should see the bar in that house.
Oh, you should just go see the house.
Drop the address. Drop the address. It's still
the address is in the comments. Go see the house.
No, beautiful. And another thing that we can do also with the aerials is, here in New Jersey is very hard to have like a green grass all the time. Sometimes you have little patches and these depending on the weather. So we can do a little touch up with that.
Virtual touch up.
Yeah, I mean, I will have to disclose that. I mean, I have to disclose if I have to add like too much green, then I'll have to disclose it online and say, it's disclosed that the grass was enhanced so you can see how it can look. But definitely makes a big difference.
Yeah, and this was also another aerial photo. So this is a massive house that street pictures it didn't get, the angle wasn't right? So you wouldn't be able to see the actual grandeur of this particular house without having those slightly elevated pictures.
Because this house was in a little hill.
Yeah.
So then we got the aerial picture from there.
Yeah. So the aerial.
And that is a true grass, so that they didn't do anything with that grass.
You didn't do anything with this one either. But I like the pool.
No. Yeah.
So anytime you have a house with a pool, aerials are
this
a must.
Was Kenalon. Yeah. This was another beautiful home. And this area here, that was like the great room.
Oh, the extension on the back.
And I would say, like, if I go and have to stage that house, that room had to be staged.
Of course.
Yeah. So perfect.
And then the last one, again, we were talking about the interior photos being just as important as the exterior photos. This photo makes me want to sit down and have s'mores.
Oh, beautiful.
That fire is real. That was real.
That was one of our most expensive homes that we sold. So it was
lakes.
Yeah, that's correct. It was that house. All the aerial photos in that house were amazingly beautiful.
And the interior.
And see how important is the angle, how cozy it is. I was like, imagine you with a cell phone trying to take that pictures.
Not going to happen.
Impossible.
Also, we did stage this house. And so the virtual staging was very similar to the actual staging that we did. We just took the pictures first, and then we got the furniture a couple days later.
Okay, yeah, I cannot recall that house too much, but yeah.
Yep. And then this is 2 different fireplaces, just kind of showing you how you want to create like a very cozy mood
Correct. This is actually the family room in the first picture that you see, and you see that that fireplace. You see that house was in Wharton, I remember. So we create that was so much fun. It looks so beautiful like that. You can see like the difference when you have like a vacant photo and when you add the virtual stage, and it definitely gives you. I remember I have a house that we rented, and I had the virtual staging. So the guy called me after and say, "Can you please send me the pictures again, the virtual staging, because I want to do the same." And he did. He find basically the same furniture and the same tables and put it in the same place as the virtual staging. So yeah, it definitely gives ideas to people how can the house look.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the one to the right, we even added some furniture on the outside too, just to give it a little element.
Correct. Yes, and that's another important the walkout. See,
Yeah, the walkout.
If I go to a basement and there's a walkout, that's a room that I would like to stage.
Mm-hmm. So, Diana, do you have any closing comments or suggestions?
You're like the one that does the closing comments. But no, definitely, it's always a pleasure. I mean, we're here to help. We love what we do. We're professional. We're on time. We're full of ideas and full of light staging.
Full staging. So if you have any specific questions regarding staging, and if you even want us to come by and let you know kind of, what do I need to do to get it ready to sell, we're more than happy to do that. You can contact us directly. You can also put your questions directly into the comments below, and we'll get back to you shortly. Mm-hmm. But again, if you'd like to contact us, our team phone is 973-615-1567.
Correct.
My cell phone is 714-914-3219.
973-452-2336.
Mm-hmm. And comment, like, subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And actually, you're on YouTube right now, so subscribe, like us. And stay tuned, because we do have another seller seminar coming up, 3, 4, 5 more, I think. The next one is about how to protect yourself with a great attorney.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we're going to have one of my favorite attorneys coming in to basically explain how the process goes once you accept an offer to the closing table, and how they protect your interests the whole way, along with your listing.
Now that you stage your house, you clean your house, you declutter your house, and you have it ready, you put it in the market with us, and we find a buyer for you, but then comes that other half of the process that is as important as the first one.
Mm-hmm. So stay tuned, because after that, then we have listing your price, understanding the home appraisal value, why title is so important, and then, of course, closing day. So let us know if you need some help getting your home ready.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.